It hit the floor, point for Grunzy and the Buckeyes.
Smart recognition, intuition that time by Grunzy, as you see it right here. Got the Northwestern blockers, Rousseau and Dodson, up in the air and then wrap over their heads into no man's land.
See that little 10 beside Ohio State. They are in their 11th straight week being ranked in the top 10. That is a program record, as on the slide going up and putting it away is Leilani Dodson for the first Wildcat point.
And that's why Northwestern's going to need to do a lot here in this game. It's not just go to Timmy Thomas-Hilara on the outside. As interesting, they are having Timmy Thomas-Hilara serve. Sometimes her powerful stand Belle Lesage, Ariel Amaya, but giving her a shot here early in the first set.
In a matchup, Lar does go into the net. Feels like one where Shane Davis wants to take some chances in.
For sure, but I mean, Thomas-Hilara errors on the year coming in compared to just 36 aces. So she does have a lot of power. That ace number does lead the team.
Yeah, the most.
But still, a lot of errors.
The most service errors in the Big Ten. Now she's got 95. Rousseau goes over on 2 and puts it down. Alexa Rousseau has her test. She's averaging above a kill per set. That's been a huge part of her arsenal in her sophomore season.
Yeah, I mentioned this the open. She's adept to going over on 2. Saw it here. Nice fake out. Looking one way, just dumped it over to left hand. Wildcats.
Dodson to serve now. Her in the early going. Back for Gonzalez, and Thomas-Hilara couldn't save it over that first row of seats. So a first kill for Ohio State's leader in kills. And the Buckeyes take a 3-2 lead.
Have anyone that jumps off the page at you themselves in the Big Ten, like you said, with 271. It's only good for 10th. Very balanced team, have multiple options, all of whom are very good.
Serve now are the Buckeyes. Nice one from Gymnasium. It's blocked back onto the Wildcats side. And now dug out of the back line off the kill attempt. Back row attack. Nice dig by Stinson. And back to Lisiak. Right back up.
Big off the initial block. That can oftentimes throw off your offense, but nice job by Lisiak. The Ohio State blockers weren't condensed.
Right down the middle again. That time, that connection is working beautifully right there. Vondren sets Rader again up the middle, and Rader delivers.
I mean, just a nice overall effort. You see it again here. Rader, just talk about limiting mistakes.
Well, for sure.
Rader limits mistakes. You're hitting 460. Woo. You're limiting mistakes.
And 2 for 2 so far. And whenever you catch it on the way up, as Rader did there, you're feeling good about it.
Yeah.
And Gonzalez with a service error, dumps it into the net. Second of the contest already for Ohio State. And we talked about Northwestern needing to limit mistakes. So far, it's the Buckeyes' mistakes keeping the Wildcats in this first set.
Yeah, and I think a large part of that is not having Pedraza. Pedraza ultimately sets up a lot of these, but
that serve was just inside. Another ace for Northwestern. Third of the contest for the Wildcats, second for Chronister. Apologies on our end. We are working on some technical difficulties to try to fix those here. So if the stream is having difficulties, we are apologizing for that here. Another missed pass and another ace from Charlotte Chronister. She's got 3 already, Andrew. Dominant from the service line.
yeah, Chronister has clearly just done some work from the line, just figuring out some sort of formula, just putting the ball in the right place to lead the Wildcats here in the set.
Nice block attempt from Northwestern, but Ohio State able to get it back across. Out of system for Gerbach. Now the Buckeyes are the ones keeping it alive, but an illegal set. Janae Zamore disagrees with it, but it's going to be 60-13 Northwestern, and Ohio State is calling timeout. Noah Kaufman alongside Andrew Neville here on Big Ten Plus with you. And as Chronister goes back to serve again, this time Ohio State handles it a little bit better coming out of their first timeout. And over the top, tooling the block to get the kill there is Grunzy, her 3rd kill of the contest for the Buckeyes. Andrew, what has been impressive for you with this Northwestern performance so far?
I mean, overall, they have limited their mistakes. They haven't really committed too many errors. If you look at the stats, only 4 errors so far. So just overall doing a good job of not only going to Timmy, but right there.
Yeah,
that was a smart play.
Not only going to Temi, but she puts it away that time. Only her 8th swing of the contest, though, which is a good sign for Northwestern in the early going. She's always going to be the focus for the Wildcat offense, but like you said, you have to have other weapons available as well. So yeah, second kill for Thomas Ilara.
So you got those 3 aces from Chronister. You got 2 kills from Rousseau, kill from Lisiak, kill from Dodson.
Now Rousseau with a nice dig, but meeting it at the net that time was Vondren, and they're going to say she reached over the top, I believe, there. Vondren maybe came in underneath, maybe made some net contact, whatever. Either way, see the replay here. Yep, just brushed the net on the way down, so point goes to the Cats. If you missed in the opening here, Josie Vondren is the starting setter today for Ohio State. Mac Pedraza out with an unknown injury, and here another error on the serve receive for Ohio State, and another ace for Megan Miller. She's got 2, Chronister has 3.
That was a nice little knuckleball serve. If you look at that from Miller, just dropped straight down basically once it got over the net.
This time going after the middle of the court. And the set up the middle worked a couple times for Ohio State. Not right there. Erica Davis rejected at the net. The Cats have their second block, and they have a 6-point lead. Ohio State needs a timeout. Meeting it right at the point of attack was Temi Thomas-Ilara. Coach Jen Flynn Oldenburg and the Buckeyes need a reset. They're in heavy danger going here, I think, Andrew, with Josie Vondren, the senior, who's played just 2 sets all year, replacing her.
I think a large part has been communication. They've not been able to really figure out where the proper sets are going to go. First time she goes over on 2. Very nice choice there.
And there you go. That's something that you would think Ohio State would lose a little bit of with Vondren instead of Pedraza. Pedraza, who stands at 6'2", one of the taller setters you'll see. And Vondren just 6'0" in comparison, but that time she was able to get it over for her first kill. Rousseau with the back set for Gerbach. Nice dig from Murr, and the Buckeyes are able to get it over. Gerbach tries again. Off the tape, and a miscommunication by Ohio State leads to a kill.
Once again, there's that miscommunication involving Vondren. Vondren and Murr right there together. Each thought the other was going to go for it, but ultimately fell in between them.
Vondren sets the middle, and a solo block from Leilani Dodson. Very impressive.
That was a great solo block, but also the attacker that time for Ohio State should have seen that coming, I think. I mean, you just block it, or Davis just sent that right into Dodson's waiting arms.
Vondren this time goes to the back set. A rarity so far, and it doesn't work this time. Unable to get it over the net was Emily Londot, and another attack error for the Buckeyes. Make that 6 for them in this first set. The Wildcats are still in control, Andrew.
Yeah, I mean, that was a nice block attempt, but just off the arm of Timmy, just a little out of play, but still. Northwestern reading this Ohio State offense well here early.
Pushed out wide for Thomas-Ilara, and she puts it away again, right over the top of the block. And the Wildcats are just 2 points away from taking a huge first set for the number 10 team in the country.
Yeah, I mean, this first set has gone about as well as Coach Shane Davis could have hoped it would. So, I mean, Northwestern hitting not that great, but it really tended from the service line.
Thomas-Ilara with her second service error of the contest here. They've taken the chance, having her go back for that high jump serve. And it hasn't worked so far. She's upped her Big Ten leading service error count to 96.
You wonder at what point she'll start being subbed out for the combination of Amaya or Lesage.
It's Kylie Murr going back to serve for Ohio State. No switches yet for Thomas-Ilara. She's been in the whole time, and that time she is rejected on the back row attack attempt. Big block for the Buckeyes. They're trying to get back into this.
Yeah, that was a nice job by Rader there at the net. Just getting a big paw on it.
Murr looking to go on a bit of a service run. Makes it tough on Miller. Wildcats out of system on their return, and Lisiak can't get it across, and it nearly fell for Northwestern anyways. Instead, another point for Ohio State.
Now it's Ohio State getting up the net frequently.
And it's Shane Davis calling timeouts. We've seen Coach Jen Flynn Oldenburg use both of her timeouts for Ohio State. Now Shane Davis uses his first at a crucial moment in this first set.
Northwestern's done really well so far in this first set. It's going to be what they need to do to close this one out.
Those are the little things that they've struggled to do at times this year against great teams. And here on the slide, Dodson dug out off the back line. Gruensfelder with a nice diving attempt. Now a back row hit goes well long off the hand of Gabby Gonzalez. Another point for the Cats, and they're one away from clinching the set.
Mental error that time from Gonzalez. Third error of the set, and this would be huge if Northwestern would take this first set. Solid crowd here at Welsh Ryan getting into it now.
Dodson trying to finish it off. Right down the middle, tough one. Gonzalez handles it. Out of system, back to Gonzalez. It took a touch, and that's a kill for Gabby Gonzalez and the Buckeyes.
Yeah, just unluckily deflected off the top of the fingertips that time of the Northwestern blockers. But overall, Northwestern still has time. They have 4 more set points, so no real need to panic yet.
Janeza Moore hoping to go on a run for Ohio State. They need one from her. High leaping serve. Good job by Stinson on the pass. Athletic tip by Lisiak, but the Buckeyes keep it alive. Rousseau to Lisiak again, and it's dug out. And right down the middle, just pushed down to the ground. We've seen a lot of success from Riley Rader up the middle.
Yeah, great couple of digs that time by Ohio State. Then Rader, she's lived under her name, hitting 1,000 so far today.
Absolutely.
3 for 3.
You mentioned 460 coming in. She has been efficient, to say the least, for the Buckeyes. It's Moore again. This time Lisiak takes the serve. Thomas Ilar from the back row is dug out. And now up the middle, a solo block. Hannah Lisiak clinches set number 1, and the Cats have the edge against the number 10 Buckeyes. They lead it 1-0, taking that first set 25-21.
As you mentioned in the open, this is only the second set that Illinois, or that Northwestern has, that Ohio
Only
State
the second
won.
set that
Yeah.
Ohio State has lost against an unranked opponent this year. Wildcats will try to keep the momentum going right after this on Big Ten. Erica Davis, that's actually Londot, not Rader, and Gabby Gonzalez. Gruensfelder serves at Thomas Ilara, and there's an ace for the Buckeyes. So Northwestern wants to keep the momentum going in the second set. They can't let that happen.
Yeah, it's all kind of going to balance out in the end. I mean, one would expect, but right now, second ace of the match for Ohio State.
Gruensfelder, this time Chronister takes it. Nice back set from Rousseau, and Gerbach puts it away. That was beautiful offense from Northwestern.
Nice to see Gerbach getting involved in the action. She's not too involved in their last match. 125 kills now, with that being her second of the match.
Gonzalez right down the line and keeps it in. Wow, great kill from Gabby Gonzalez.
Nice pantomiming by the Northwestern bench and players to try to fool the ref into thinking that was out, but pretty clearly in.
It's just a beautiful, beautiful shot down the line right there from our crew. Gonzalez working it in. And Northwestern trying to respond, and Dodson does. Great pace on that from Dodson.
Yeah, I mean, Leilani Dodson is, I would say, one of the most critical players to this Northwestern team as to whether they're going to win or lose.
You can see she just
she's
slips
involved, and if she's a reliable number 2 option to Timmy Thomas Ilara, because Lisiak sometimes fills that position, but if Dodson can really step in and fill that, I'd say she's the most talented and most capable of really being a true number 2.
A miss hit from Ohio State. That time it was Londot, who really has not gotten herself going. Came in just 5 kills behind Gonzalez for the team lead, and she has really struggled so far in this one. Thomas Ilara with Northwestern holding a 3-2 advantage. Goes long. Service error, her 3rd of the contest.
I mean, that's what comes with Timmy Thomas Ilara on the service line now. 98 service errors. A lot of power behind it, but she's a loose cannon back there, as we saw there.
Janeza Moore. Back for the Buckeyes. Try to get him on a service run at the end of that first set. Wasn't quite able to do so, but she's still got a lot of power, and that one goes way high and wide.
That's got to be about the longest out service error I've seen in quite a while.
Yeah, she missed that one by a bit, but just a bit of a miss hit. When you're throwing it up as high as she and Timmy Thomas Ilara are, you're going to miss over the top sometimes.
Looked like that one hit a little low on the hand.
Yeah, absolutely. That's Dodson. She goes deep and keeps it in. And now the Buckeyes way out of system. More from the back row. Can't get it past Thomas Ilara. And the push will not get down in for Lisiak. And the Buckeyes tie it back up at 4.
Nice idea by Lisiak, but just going a little out. Lisiak on the year has been relatively reliable. He has 258 kills. Second to only Thomas Ilara on the year.
Gonzalez with a line drive serve. Back set from Rousseau. Hardwick is rejected. Now back across to Lisiak. She's blocked. Great job at the net that time. Moving all over the place was Rader, and Vondren joined her for that block.
This is an Ohio State team averaging 2.5 blocks a set. So they know what they're doing. In that regard, Northwestern averaging is 2.24, so not surprising to see them getting on their game.
Yeah, so they actually gave that point to, pardon me, I was going to say. They gave that point to Ohio State, and then a service error the other way gives it right back to the Cats. 5-5.
Once again, the Northwestern hanging around here in this second set, not letting Ohio State get the momentum back they wanted to following dropping the first set.
Rousseau. Taken by the Buckeyes. Back set for Moore from deep. She puts it down. So much leaping ability for Janaisa Moore, the junior outside hitter from Germantown, Maryland.
Yeah, she's only looking at 61 kills, only 28 sets played in the year, but she's gotten a bigger role as this year's gone on for the Buckeyes.
Only 6-0, but she can really jump as Rader goes back to serve again. The middle has a good one, but wow, Rousseau with a beautiful kill right there. It looked to all the world like she was going up for a set, and instead she just dumps it right over the net.
Rousseau is so adept at knowing when to go over on 2. As you see here, like, literally, you said she just deked him out. Looked like she was going to set up Timmy Thomas Ilara, but instead just switches the hand pattern, dupes it over into a space where no one is. Here goes the serving wizard, Chronister.
Chronister has 3 kills already. This time Ohio State handles it better. Moore again into the net, tape at the top. Couldn't quite put it away.
Kind of surprised they're running all this offense through Moore. Like, yes, she averages 2.18 kills a set when she's in there, but like, London averages 3.52, Gonzalez 3.57, so there are other options on this team.
Absolutely, as Chronister goes deep on another serve. This time it's all the way across for Grunzy, and Northwestern can't get it over legally.
Lift that time from Hardwick. So,
yeah, there's nothing she could do. The dig attempt went right into her lap. Another kill that time for Mia Grunzy. She's officially only got credit for 2 via our stats, but I do think she's had at least 3. As Vondren goes back to the service line.
Yeah.
Southpaw. 2 southpaw setters, interestingly enough here. As Rousseau sets up Gerbach, and she puts it away.
Ella Gerbach's been really solid for Northwestern this year, or this game in the early going. Overall hitting on the year just 104. But today she's hitting 600 at the moment, 3 for 5, so. See if she can keep it up.
And Gerbach has been impressive. Miller tried to float that serve just over the top, couldn't do it. And Ohio State ties it right back up at 8. We've been back and forth once again in this second set. I mentioned in that first set how dominant Ohio State has been in Big Ten play against unranked foes. They've won those 21 sets out of 22 against some good competition. Michigan, they beat 3-0 twice as Thomas Ilara skies and puts it away for a kill. Wildcats back on top.
Be curious to see, this could warrant a challenge from the Ohio State head coach.
Yeah.
Looked to be right on the line.
We did not see Oldenburg go towards her green card looking for the challenge. And play will continue. It's a kill for Thomas Ilara. Although it did look to my naked eye like it was very close as well, Andrew. Stinson back to serve. Back set and tipped and down for Londa.
Northwestern unable to get on that run like they got on with Chronister in that first set, but still plenty of time for it. Last set, remember, was 13-13 for Northwestern began to pull away.
9-9 here as the Buckeyes hoping to avoid falling down 2 sets to none. And that time, 2 met at the net, and Rousseau got in over the top, made illegal contact. Ohio State takes the lead again.
Bit aggressive that time, Rousseau, but I get what she was trying to do. Just always be good if you could take advantage of that. But definitely reached over the net.
Classic illegal high five right there. Just a little bit too over anxious. And another service error for the Buckeyes. This service line has been a big difference for a lot of this match so far. Ohio State up to 5 service errors. Northwestern has 5 as well, but they've had 5 aces come at some huge moments. Thomas Ilara, who has 3 of those service errors, this time puts down a good one. A nice pass initially from Grunsfelder, and the kill put away on the back end by Gonzalez. Great offense by the Buckeyes.
That's what Gonzalez is going to do for you if you're Ohio State. I mean, played 82 of their 83 sets this year. Been a reliable presence, large brace on that knee, but proving why she is in there so consistently with that kill.
11-10 Ohio State lead. As Lisiak is dug out. Now Gonzalez tipped back across. Buckeyes keep it alive though. And a nice lucky bounce off the net for Londot gives her another kill.
That's one of those tough scenarios where it just hits the net and falls into no man's land. Nothing really to do with Northwestern's positioning there, just unfortunate break.
Definitely unlucky as Londot now goes back to the line. The 6'3" sophomore out of Utica, Ohio, deals a tough serve. Rousseau has to go a long way to get it back to Thomas Ilara, and the Buckeyes are in system. Trying to go over on 2 and doing it successfully as Vondran. For a second, it looked like Lisiak had her there at the net, but a lot of strength from the senior setter.
Yeah,
The Wildcats are calling timeout here. They use their first of the set. Shane Davis sees a 3-point deficit. Northwestern's tied for largest of the contest, and he wants to talk it.
That they have, but they are also 5-4 on the road. So if there's one thing that Northwestern does have going for it, is the fact they are at home in Evanston. That sweep of Nebraska was in Columbus.
Dodson goes just wide, trying to go cross court. Yeah, absolutely right there, Andrew. That road trajectory has been a problem for us, and of course, all 4 of those losses against ranked foes, but they've looked a little bit weaker on the road at times. And with the craziness that has already come with this game, as Thomas Ilara can't quite get it up the middle. Dodson trying again. And now Londot puts it away. And as I was saying, with the craziness that's already come with this game, we had a 15-minute delay due to fire alarms going off for a reason we're still not sure quite what happened. We've had Pedraza out for this Ohio State team. Their star in the middle of the court, their setter. It feels like a match Northwestern can try to steal here.
Yeah, Vondran, though, does seem to be settling in a little more for Ohio State. You see the second set go on, being willing to go over on 2, starting to get more confident in her sets. We'll see if that continues as this match goes on.
She already had one good one in this point, but Lisiak able to work it right between the block for a kill. The Wildcats needed that one. Trying to keep themselves in it, down 15-11 in the second set.
Yeah, Lisiak trying to improve her negative hitting percentage so far. 1 for 8 with 3 errors, leading to a negative 111 shooting percentage.
Dodson back to serve, and it's way long. Tried for that line drive serve, and it just kept on floating right past the back line.
Dodson, not a relatively reliable server. Only 20 errors on the year, making 21 with that one.
Gonzalez, same spot, same result. We have seen sloppiness from the service line all day. Now each team with at least 6 service errors.
Yeah, I mean, that's not the best strategy for trying to win a game. You've got to put your serves in. It's the only way you're going to be able to go on runs. So I think you're better off playing for the safe serves and trusting your defense.
Well, long way away to try to go over on 2 for Vondran. Even if that had gotten across the net, I don't think it would have fared very well.
Yep.
So a bit of a mistake from the senior.
The time you go over on 2 is when you're right in front of the net. You have options coming up on either side. And it's to fool the defense. I don't think anyone's really fooled, more to surprised that she was even trying that.
Vondran this time pushes it across to Grunzy. Rejected by Gerbach, but the Buckeyes keep it alive. Now in the middle, Miller with the bump set. She's been good at these all year. This time a little bit off with Lisiak. Cats get another chance though. And Lisiak blocks back again. Long rally. Free ball across for Ohio State. Vondran with the back set and rejected is Riley Rader. Hardwick rising with Lisiak at the net that time.
What I think Northwestern is realizing, and something that I've picked up on as this set has gone along, is Vondran's not really willing to make the long set. She's generally going to set to the option closer to her because she feels more comfortable with that.
And that's
and Northwestern's blockers are reading that nicely and getting blocks.
Service error for Miller, her second of the contest. Something you'll see a lot from younger servers or just servers who are a little bit more inexperienced. Setters, I should say. I misspoke. Going for that easier option, even if it's subconscious, it's something you have to work to get yourself out of. As Lisiak is dug out, somehow keeping that alive was Vondran, still free. Man, she was close to going across the net on the other side of it, but now Rousseau with a hard set, and Hardwick puts it away.
Northwestern needs to go on a run a little soon. Ohio State getting close to winning that race to 20. You'd love to tie it up right here. Make it a game to 8. You got who you want the service line from Cronister, who's been great so far.
3 aces in the first set for Cronister. She was a huge part of Northwestern winning that set. They're trying to come back in this second set. Ohio State handles it better. Runzi dug out beautifully by Miller. Tomasai Lara gets it just on the back line. Wow, Ohio State thought they might be asking for a challenge. I think they're just frustrated. Tomasai Lara's placement has been beautiful so far.
That was a perfectly placed kills. You look at this, didn't even go for that much pace, went totally for placement. Just put it right in the corner.
A veteran move from Tomasai Lara. Talented outside has been so good today. That time her free hit attempt was blocked at the net. Not so free after all, and Ohio State bounces right back.
It was a great dig by Miller though, but it did just drift out of bounds.
And the Buckeyes holding on to a 2-point lead in this second set. They're having a tough time of it here with the Wildcats in Evanston. Rousseau, Gerbach, right into the net. Didn't come close on that one.
Gerbach hadn't done that very much today, but we have seen her do that at times this year, but I like the idea.
And you see here, Andrew, that seemed like more of a setter problem than a hitter problem. Not anywhere for Gerbach to go.
They were in the first set at 190, 145 for the match. But overall, just gotta get back to their game just like that from Tomasai Lara.
And talk about getting back to your game. Temi Tomasai Lara going with this huge swing from the outside for her 7th kill of the contest.
Yeah, Tomasai Lara 4th in the Big Ten in total kills. She is the heart and soul of this Northwestern offense, just like that.
And Miller gets her 3rd ace. Wow, the senior Nebraska transfer has been massive so far on the back line.
Yeah, Gonzalez you saw for Ohio State just reaching out a little too far with the arms, not getting square enough to dig that out.
What a job Miller has done so far. This time Ohio State handles it. Still a tough one. Tough kill attempt from Grunzi, dug out easily by Rousseau in the end. Tomasai Lara skies off the top of the block. And a back set now. Great tip by Londot, but Cronister with a huge dig. Grunzi misses, and the Cats win another tough point.
That was a great play by Charlotte Cronister, reading the soft kill attempt by Grunzi and just getting over there, digging it out with the bottom of her hand. And a nice placement too. That was probably more luck than anything, but it worked out nicely in that Ohio State couldn't really set up anything after it.
All 6 players look great for Northwestern on that point. Here the block rotation is a bit late, and able to get the tip was Londot. And it'll be 2019 Ohio State as they retake the lead.
But still a nice run by Northwestern. They did what they said they needed to do, and that's get back in this game. Yes, Ohio State won the race to 20, but it's only 2019 as opposed to like 20-17.
Yeah, they're making Ohio State work for every point in this second set. Rousseau looking for Tomasai Lara. Wow, that was a home run swing and then some. But she just overhit it a bit.
Yeah, she was trying to hit that ball out of Welsh Ryan Arena, and she almost did. Yeah, was trying to really kill that one to the far corner, but too much mustard.
She'll get another try. This time she just misses that corner. Closer, but still no cigar. And now the Buckeyes have a 3-point edge.
And when you're at the point now where it's like 21-19 where it was here, you can't afford to be making those aggressive mistakes.
And there's an aggressive mistake. Going for the tough serve as Gruensfelder couldn't quite keep it in. And the door is back open for the Wildcats in set number 2.
You need 1 point here. You can't let Ohio State go up 23-20. You have Stinson on the service line. She's been pretty reliable all year as a first year. So gonna need to put the serve in and win a point here.
The defensive specialist, Stinson, back to serve. Taken by Gonzalez. Back to Gonzalez. And the dig from Miller. Rousseau for Tomasai Lara. Both teams go to their stars, and Northwestern's pays it off.
I mean, yes, I said you have to be unpredictable, but there are points at which it is just a smart play to go to your old reliable, and that's Timmy Thomas-Ilara. Finally got it figured out the third time, more than one. They went down 3 points. They could have folded. 19-16, but instead they rallied, got back in it, and now have a chance to tie the game here.
Stinson on the serve, taken by the Buckeyes, and blocked just out of bounds by Rousseau and Dodson. So a kill for Gonzalez in the end. The Buckeyes take a 23-21 edge. Just missed on this block.
Yes, that block was out, but still, the block rotations overall for Northwestern this game have been very good.
Absolutely right. As Murr back to serve for the Buckeyes. Haven't seen her in a little while, the libero. Rousseau for Thomas-Ilara. What a set and what a finish for Temi. The Wildcats are back within one.
I thought Northwestern might go, or Rousseau might go over on 2 there. But instead, a perfect set to Thomas-Ilara for the kill.
Rousseau very close to landing on the other side of the net, just able to have enough body control to keep herself in it. A great set from the sophomore. Now Thomas-Ilara with a big serve, and she keeps it in. The Buckeyes will be able to return it. What a pancake from Stinson. The Cats with an incredible save. Still alive for Ohio State, it's wide. What a point for Northwestern. 23-all.
It always seems to work out that way. When one of your players makes a big play, you're often rewarded for it. At that time, just a wonderful play by Stinson, and then Rader with a rare mistake. Obviously, I said the runner-up in hitting percentage in the Big Ten, hitting well below her average right now, just 273.
Another tough one from Temi. That one's off. It came off the Jumbotron. And no whistle from the officials. And it's going to be an Ohio State kill in the end. No argument being made by Northwestern.
Yeah, the Jumbotron is in play.
I knew that the underside of the Jumbotron was in play. I've never seen it come off the side of it like that.
That's definitely
like
the highest I've seen, but I think it still just counts. It's all in play.
I suppose so. Leziak gets it back. And the tip is dug out of there. And wow, huge kill from Gonzalez, and that'll do it for set number 2. What a finish from the Buckeyes, but the Wildcats battled all the way through, and we're tied at 1 after 2 sets, Andrew.
Very hard fault set by Northwestern that time. Stayed right in it until the very end, but ultimately Ohio State's players made the big plays. Gonzalez gets her 6th kill of the match. It's equality of a setter. But she stepped in nicely, but Ohio State's gonna have to continue to adjust.
Stinson to serve to start things off for Northwestern in the 3rd set, and there's a beautiful set from Vondren. It's like she heard us. Erica Davis with an easy kill up the middle.
Yeah, good for Davis that time. 83, she's played in every set, 142 kills. She's hit very highly, hitting 37%, so reliable for Ohio State.
And after that big break between set 2 and set 3, this is where the coaching comes into play. Jen Flynn Oldenburg told her team some things in that locker room. We saw some of it come to bear on that first point. And here a nice dig on the back end, and an easy kill right down the middle. Going on 2 that time was London. And I'm telling you, Andrew, you might see a Buckeyes takeover. This is one of the best coaches in the country, and Flynn Oldenburg, and her coaching staff is great. They've got it working.
That's what I was about to say, is Flynn Oldenburg probably got into her team a little bit for the slow start. Because this has definitely been a slow start by their standards, but taking that 2nd set was huge for the Buckeyes. It puts them in a much better position in this game.
That block goes just out of play. It's 3-0 Ohio State in the early going. And, you know, that's something else that Minnesota matchup for Northwestern alludes to, is those first 2 sets were so great. Minnesota got into the locker room after the first 2 sets and got things a little bit more figured out. See if the same thing happens here. Rousseau bumps set towards the middle. Thomas-Ilara, beautiful placement for her 10th kill.
That was a huge kill for Timmy Thomas-Ilara and a huge point for Northwestern. Now only down 2-4-0. Would have been a very tough hole to climb out of, but now Thomas-Ilara needs to put a serve in play.
And in some ways, that 2nd set, Andrew, I think it's felt like other sets in the past for Northwestern, where they've been so close to taking out a top team and haven't been able to do it. You talked about that 4th set against Minnesota. Here's a chance for them to show that they can bounce back. Triple block at the net, does just that. You can see Hannah Leziak getting excited, trying to carry her team with her energy, got the block there.
That's what Northwestern needs to do. They need to set up one of these double blocks, triple blocks at the net. Just trying to prevent Ohio State from getting easy kills as Flynn Oldenburg comes out to check on Grunzy.
Yeah, I think Grunzy, we saw her wearing a shoulder wrap before the game. She seemed to be in a little bit of pain there, but she's going to, or actually, pardon me, I meant Gonzalez. We saw wearing a shoulder wrap before the game, seemed to be in a little bit of pain, but she's going to stay in. Back set here, Londot works the tip, tools the block, and Ohio State back up 2.
Yeah, back to Gonzalez's shoulder. We mentioned this before the game, just talking to one another. How much pressure is placed on the shoulder of these volleyball outside hitters, so it would not be surprising if she's dealing with some shoulder discomfort. We'll see if that affects her going forward.
Rousseau for Dodson. Wow, the fall away kill attempt dug out. Nice job by Murr. Stinson answers her on the other end. Free ball across from Thomas Ilara. Gonzalez right off the top of the block. Ohio State tooling that block with a lot of success here in the third set. Seems like an intentional adjustment in.
And there's a far set from Vondran.
Yes.
Vondran went to the far side of the net that time. I'm sure her coach mentioned that to her in the locker room between sets. And she's come out and done a really good job of that here early.
Ohio State seems to have read every facet of the scouting report now. They block Rousseau, tries to go over on 2. And now Lisiak tools the block. Huge point from Lisiak on the outside. Wildcats trying to stem the tide here early in this third set.
Yeah, Lisiak that time going to have to, her and Dodson are going to have to step up here in this third set as now you see Dodson on the service line. But Lisiak now has gotten her hitting percentage back to 0. 3 kills, 3 errors, 13 total attempts.
Nice job by Stinson, so athletic. And now going on 2 and putting it away is Rousseau. At that time, she went for a full swing, something we don't see too often from Rousseau.
Yeah, Rousseau with that left arm, too, just saw it come up in the perfect position. Just put it right down the middle.
Rousseau now has 4 kills on 5 attempts. She's been by far the most efficient Wildcat attacker as Dodson dumps it into the net. Another service error for Northwestern. That's their 8th.
And that's something that cannot happen when you're trying to beat the number 10 team in the country. And they just had all these coaching adjustments.
8 errors, 6 aces for the Cats. Those errors have hurt them, though, especially in these last 2 sets. As Londot with the flat-footed serve. Pump set from Miller, long one for Lisiak, and off the tip, she puts it down again. Anna Lisiak starting to catch fire here. 4th kill, tying Rousseau for 2nd most on the team.
Very cohesive look from Northwestern offense right now. Ohio State read that, went with the double block, but just able to get it over him.
Lisiak, so much leaping ability. You wouldn't know it to look at her with the height that she brings, but she can get way up over that net. Gonzalez, dug out by Rousseau. Lisiak gets up high again and puts it down again. 3 early kills in this set for Lisiak.
Lisiak is feeling that swing right now. Just the tempo, everything is just perfect right now. And a great set, put in a perfect position, putting it right down the middle, over the block.
She may stand 6'2", but the junior from Frankfort, Illinois, she looks like she's 6'6" when she's coming over that net. Rousseau for, Hardwick down the middle. We haven't seen a lot of Tatiana Hardwick so far in this contest, but she was ready for the middle set that time.
But that is where Hardwick serves from. She's in that middle blocker position in the middle. This is a great job of just getting up, center kill.
And Ohio State saw it coming. They had the block there. Hardwick just right between them. Vondran up the middle. Nice dig by Miller, although that looked like it was going long. And Lisiak can't save it. 4 touches for the Wildcats, and Ohio State gets a free point.
That was a smart play by Miller to dig it out. It's one of those where it's very close as to whether it would be outer end. Just ultimately a little too heavy of a touch. And an Ohio State point.
Gabby Gonzalez, 7 kills so far. She goes back to the service line. Makes it tough on Thomas Ilara, and Rousseau has to have a bump set back across. Lisiak rejected. Gerbach can't put it down. Diving effort by Moore. And now Moore with a 2nd dig of the point. Buckeyes keeping it alive. Thomas Ilara gets her 2nd dig of the point. A lot of action from this back line. It's Moore again that time. And Thomas Ilara again. They're going back and forth with the digs. And Lisiak can't get it across. Wow, the Ohio State defense showing up in this third set.
Both teams' defense is showing up on that point. Probably a little aggressive from Lisiak there at the end. They tried to go for a full swing from that far back, try to get it across. But I understand not wanting to set up a free ball.
Overpass put away by the Buckeyes. Easiest one of the contest for Raider that time, and Ohio State starting to get some of that momentum back. The Wildcats had fought their way back in it. That's Raiders' 4th kill, and she's starting to feel it again.
Watch for Raider to get back involved in this match. She initially hit 3 for 3 and then started to fall off significantly. Now just hitting an even 222 on the net.
As frustrating as the service errors have been for Northwestern, it's got to be at least as frustrating, if not more so, for Ohio State. Both teams now with 8, and that in a big moment for Gonzalez, when it looked like the Buckeyes were starting to see some momentum. Cronister serves at Murr. Raider trying to get going, can't put it away, but a free ball for the Buckeyes, and Raider goes again. Good dig by Miller. Now Murr responds with a dig of her own. Moore with a beautiful little roll shot. Wow, that was gorgeous for the Buckeyes.
That was, and Moore, we've mentioned, made some mistakes here early in this game, but really nice job that time. A little push shot. Right of everyone into no man's land.
10-8 Ohio State in this third set. We're tied at 1 set apiece here at Welsh Ryan Arena. Thomas-Ilara can't put it down. The block stands strong again for the Buckeyes. They've tried hard to take Thomas-Ilara away in this third set. It's working so far, but Shane Davis needs to talk it over. Down 11-8 in set number 3.
Yeah, Davis that time. Combination is Davis and Raider just getting up to block Timmy. Very predictable. So I mean, just a lot of different areas where they can attack and screw up Northwestern's blocking rotations.
Meanwhile, Northwestern trying to develop those alternate options, and that time it works. Great kill for Hardwick. So just the second kill of the contest for Tatiana Hardwick. She's starting to get a little bit more involved. Beautiful set up the middle for Alexa Rousseau. Now Megan Miller has been the most dynamic server for Northwestern so far. Right down the middle for Gonzalez. Grunzy puts it away. Nothing Miller could do on that one.
Yeah, that was just a powerful hit from Grunzy. Even if Northwestern had 3 blockers there, I don't think that was getting blocked. Once again, though, serving a set to the far side by Vondran.
And something we did not see pretty much at all in those first 2 sets was that long Vondran set. You touched on it beautifully, Andrew. And you're right, we've seen it a couple times already in this third. And again, the Ohio State block rises up against Thomas-Ilara, and they put it away on the other end. Londot now has 11 kills.
Yeah, Londot, the leader in kills for Ohio State. Coming into this match, the leader in this match. A lot of options, but she is their go-to.
Vondran to serve now. Cronister takes it. Gerbach, dug easily. Big swing from Grunzy, and she pounds it in for another kill.
Ohio State now just totally has Northwestern confused on which direction they're going to go. That time, Vondran, another far set to the Grunzy.
Yep.
A great job.
Yeah, they got Northwestern's block dazed and easiest option pretty much every time. But the senior setter has diversified, and Ohio State has prospered. Here she's serving, and Rousseau, wow, beautiful shot from Thomas-Ilara over the top. Wow, you can't do it any better than that, Andy.
Yeah, faked the big swing, just held up in the last minute and poked him right over the top for a very easy
Ohio
point.
State is sending 2 at Temi every single time. And if she can do things like that, she can beat even 2 blockers when they're coming at her.
Which, as the opposing team, is a smart move to put 2 on Timmy.
Absolutely.
She is the heart and soul of this Northwestern team.
First service error for Ellie Stinson, a rare one for the first year, and gives the momentum right back to the Buckeyes. But talking about Temi, right now, she's got 11 kills on 30 attempts for Northwestern. Lisiak has 19 attacks and just 5 kills. Nobody else has more than 11. Not spreading it around quite as much as we thought they needed to in the open.
Yeah, if you look at Ohio State, the most attempts of any player is 18 from Gonzalez.
This time it's Dodson. Ohio State keeps it alive, wow, and getting too cute with it was Vondran right there. Just tried to sneak it over, and it didn't look like it ever had a chance.
Yeah, Vondran attacked that from too low. She was going over on 2, basically at her neck. That's a perfect step position, not a great position for going over on 2. Especially when you're only 6 foot tall.
She would have had to hit an absolutely perfect ball and couldn't quite do it. Wildcats trying to get back into this one. We will see Ariel Amaya for the first time. First year, serves the middle. Getting it back was Gonzalez. Amaya couldn't quite get the dig. Gabby Gonzalez has not been involved much in this third set, but there she does get her 8th kill.
Yeah, and that's the risk of bringing on Amaya for Thomas-Ilara. Is Amaya's not as adept of playing the actual point after the serve. So she can get some aces and get the serve in, but
certainly a talented first year, but just one without much experience outside of the service line. Thomas-Ilara back in, and with a big back row kill for the Cats.
number 12 for Timmy now. That does lead all players. But like you said, 31 attempts. They're still just hitting 194 for the game.
Rousseau, the only Wildcat with more than 4 swings, hitting above 250. She only has 5 swings. But a nice block at the net. Lisiak rising up again. She's been huge on that block for the Cats.
Lisiak overall has been a bright spot for her. Had a very good game overall. Not actually hitting very well, but 5 kills, 1 dig, 2 blocks.
3 now after that one, as Dodson goes back to serve. Had an error last time, but this time gets it right. And a bad set from Rousseau. First time she's been whistled for that today.
Rare mistake for Rousseau. She's generally done a good job as a sophomore, limiting those errors. Right now sitting at 9.47 assists per set, very good overall.
And the flat-footed serve goes right into the net for Emily Londot. Gives it right back to the Cats, and they're sticking around in this 3rd set, even though it's felt a couple times like Ohio State was about to take over.
Yeah, that was not a very comfortable looking serve from Londot. Going the flat-footed approach, just sending it like 2/3 of the way down the net.
Wildcats have fought hard throughout this contest, and they're fighting some more. That one came up off the face of Brunsfelder. She's able to keep it alive, and Gonzalez finishes it off. Gabby Gonzalez now with 9 kills. Her and Londot have combined for 20 kills on just 39 attacks. They've been very efficient.
That they have, as now we're getting a look at Gonzalez on the service line.
Decent serve. Nice set from Rousseau. Lisiak was dug. A nice dig on the other end by Tomasai Lara, but Hardwick couldn't do anything with that set.
Yeah, Hardwick didn't seem ready for that, had to reach out far with the left arm. Just couldn't quite get it over the net. Now Ohio State 1 away from winning the race to 20 in convincing fashion, which would put Northwestern in a compromising position.
This is what top 10 teams do, Andrew. They step on the gas. And Ohio State looks to be doing that right now, but Lisiak responds again. Every time Ohio State seems like they've been in the clear in this 3rd set, Lisiak has provided an answer.
Lisiak looks the most comfortable in this match, and I've seen her in many sets and many matches so far this year that I've watched. So really good to see her coming into Rome. It's something you need to keep up, and her teams need to come with her.
6'2" hitter flying high for that kill. Tough serve by Chronister. But tooling the block successfully is Brunzi, her 5th kill of the contest.
If you look at these attempt numbers, 19 for Londot, 20 for Gonzalez, 16 now for Brunzi, 12 for Rader, 6 for Davis, 6 for Moore. They really are just totally spreading all their wealth around.
Serving at Miller, and now Tomasai Lara. Great dig by Moore. Gonzalez easily dug. Out of system go the Cats. Gerbach will make it tough on Gonzalez at least. The Wildcats communicated really nicely on that one. And now Gerbach gets the tip.
Good to see Northwestern going through Gerbach a little bit, getting her 4th kill. She is hitting now above 250 with that swing. Hitting now 300. 4 kills, 1 attacks.
It's been so huge, that communication aspect as well for the Wildcats. That time Gerbach knew it was coming. And just a tiny touch on the top for the Cats. Another kill for the Buckeyes on the other end.
Unlucky with a little tip that time, but
yeah, just a touch from Temi Tomasai Lara. We've seen when the Cats have communicated well, they've looked really strong in this one. That hasn't always been the case. Here, Gerbach, beautiful, beautiful kill. And the Cats are sticking around again, 21-17.
Once again, good to see Northwestern going to that opposite side, not going to that Timmy side, not going to that Lisiak side. Instead, going the other direction, going for Gerbach, going for Dodson if she's in there. That's going to be critical to coming back in this game.
Northwestern still looking for that signature win in the Shane Davis era, looking to make their mark in the Big Ten as a program, and trying to battle back in this 3rd set here to get that win. And an error called. It looks like a player on Northwestern was under the net. I think they're going to call, I couldn't tell who they called on it, to be honest with you. But it will be a point for Ohio State.
Going back to that Northwestern standing in the Big Ten that you were talking about earlier, they're a solid
It was Temi Thomas-Ailara who brushed the net, pardon me, Andrew.
They're a solid middle tier Big Ten team. There's a large gap between them and the bottom tier that starts with Michigan State. They're still trying to elevate into that top half of that tier, possibly into the top tier of these teams.
They're fighting hard with one of those top-tier teams here, and a beautiful kill from Thomas-Ailara across the court. The Cats are back within 4.
This is not over. You really want to get 2 more points if you're Northwestern before you let Ohio State get 1. Because coming back from 23, 24, 18, that means you have to win like 7 points in a row or 7 out of 8. Which is not an easy task to do against a team like this.
Huge spot for Ariel Maya. First year out of Plainfield, Illinois, local product with a nice serve. Londot dug out by Miller. Lisiak again, she's been huge in this set, couldn't put it away that time, and couldn't get the block either. Londot puts it away on the other end. And the Buckeyes are just 2 points away from commanding 2-1 lead.
Going to the far side there for Londot, just had the space. Pretty easy kill that time, only 1 blocker and Lisiak on that side. Londot's gonna win that matchup virtually every time.
Ohio State looking for their 20th win on the season. It's a program that has been so impressive this year and last. Spent a lot of time in the top 10, trying to make it stick there. Lisiak tools the block, keeps the Cats alive again.
Once again, Lisiak, 7 kills now, 23 attacks, only 5 errors. Just been very comfortable. She knows, she feels her swing right now and knows what she's gonna do before the play even happens.
Dodson now, Cats in need of a run. Tough tip from Raider, Cats communicate well again. Gonzalez gets it right through the middle. So much power from Gabby Gonzalez for her 10th kill. She's in double figures.
Even if that shoulder's still a little off, she's still got plenty of mustard behind that powerful spike. 2 blockers on her that time, but neither got up very high, put it right over him.
Great swing. Ohio State now has 5 set points. And they get it on the first. Beautiful serve. And that will do it for set number 3. The Wildcats on their heels now. Ohio State bringing it in that 3rd set, winning 25-19.
Their attack, I mean, they're gonna look to start quickly here in this 4th set.
That's what they did in the 3rd set, and they do it again here. Beautiful ace. Just perfect placement that time for Hannah Gruensfelder. Gruensfelder, defensive specialist, comes in directly to serve a lot of the time for this Buckeye squad. She's now got 2 aces on the contest, most on the team. Gerbach, big swing, and the dig goes way out of play.
Once again, good for Gerbach to start getting back for her in a good game. Now, definitely been the Wildcats' best hitter in the percentage so far today, for one who's had a reasonable amount of attacks.
Let's see if the Cats go more to their senior opposite. Here, right up the middle it goes, and we have seen that work early in sets very often so far for Erica Davis.
Yeah, I mean, Erica Davis going right in the middle. That middle is always going to be kind of a vulnerable area if any team is going to go with a double block to one side. That means the middle's going to be open.
But it's something Ohio State has not chosen to go back to a lot late in sets, which I think has been interesting.
That's true.
We've seen a lot of outside at the end of sets. Here the overpass leads to an easy put away for Raider.
You're gonna have to limit those overpasses. I've mentioned this before, but you're trying to take down the top 10 team in the country. You can't make those little mistakes like service errors, overpasses. Gotta have to make them earn every point.
Thomas-Ailara to Rousseau, back for Thomas-Ailara, and the bump set was placed beautifully, but Ohio State knows where the ball's going now.
Yeah, whenever it goes to Timmy, Ohio State has their best 2 blockers on that side. Just perfect execution, perfect placement, and another block.
And Londot and Raider have been money on that side especially. That left side pin for Northwestern. Ohio State has met them pretty much every time in the last 2 sets. Here, Gerbach able to put it down again. So Gerbach now 7 kills on just 13 swings.
Yeah, Gerbach's been great, but going back to Londot and Raider, Londot 1.05 blocks a set, Raider 0.99 blocks a set. The only other one above 1 is Davis, who's their block leader at 1.35. All 3 of them have been very good at limiting Timmy here as this match has gotten later and later.
It's funny, we haven't actually seen too much of Erica Davis in a blocking capacity. As here, Timmy got it through the block, but Gruensfelder with another huge dig. But those other two have certainly picked up her slack in the blocking department. Here, Thomas Ailar goes just wide. Not sure if Murr was getting out of the way because she thought it was going out, or she was getting out of the way because she was worried she was going to break a bone in her face. That one had a lot of pace.
Yeah, Timmy with a full swing there, let's just say that.
And you can see Ohio State laughing about it after they brought that huddle together.
That would not have felt good if it made contact with her face.
Well, Kylie Murr is such a leader for this team. You know, a junior, the libero in the middle of the court, brings a lot of levity. You can see it during their warm-ups. She's had a great performance today. And here, nobody in the middle of that court. Easy kill for Leilani Dodson, but you see how loose this Ohio State team is. It's a great kill from Leilani Dodson here. But even after the fact, Ohio State's still laughing, still smiling as they come back to the huddle. They're just a team that isn't feeling the pressure, so confident.
Ohio State has all the momentum right. They have no reason to be nervous. They're number 10 team in the country. They're up 2-1, up 2 points. Their setters getting settled in. Their outside hitters been phenomenal. Ohio State is in the position to be in this game right now.
So can Northwestern make them feel some pressure now? That's the question. Stinson for Rousseau, goes on 2. What a dig from Murr. Great job by the Buckeyes to keep this point alive. Rousseau gets it clean. Lisiak, and the Buckeyes can't quite save it.
But once again, Ohio State had blockers on that outside. Northwestern's gonna have to rotate things back to the opposite side in Dodson, or in Hardwick, or in Gerbach, or whoever's over there.
It's been a weakness for this Northwestern team. Since Aubriana Cannon went out with an injury, they're going to clean up a wet spot on the floor now. Since Aubriana Cannon went out with injury, she's missed all of this season with an injury for this Northwestern team. It's really hurt them in terms of that opposite side capability, I think it's safe to say, Andrew.
Yeah, which has made them one-dimensional around Timmy or Lisiak, depending on who's in there at that moment. And that has led to some difficulties later in matches as teams have gotten accustomed to those attacks, as we've seen.
This time the block was there, but Gonzalez did just enough to earn herself the kill. The Buckeyes maintain that 2-point edge. You see here Rousseau and Dodson got there in time, but Rousseau just couldn't quite get her left hand angled the way she wanted it. Those little mistakes will cost you as Gonzalez goes back to the service line. That's not a good set. And Rousseau with her second error of that caliber. And Northwestern down 3 points now.
Rousseau pretty rare on the airs, like you mentioned. But that's gonna happen as a setter, is like occasionally gonna make it a little illegal.
Stinson saved that one. Thomas Ailar had to play a free ball. And blocked back by a triple block from Northwestern. Moore able to work it across. Lisiak puts it away again. How impressive has she been in these last 2 sets?
Lisiak and Gerbach, the combination of them two, have just been phenomenal overall for Northwestern, especially in these 3rd and 4th sets. And Northwestern cannot shy away from going to them, as we saw there.
Lisiak has 5 kills without an error in her last 9 swings. Been very effective. Right through the middle of the block comes Janeza Moore. How impressive has she been in limited action?
Janeza Moore has been good. She's made some mistakes. Obviously the serve that went to the moon, along with a couple of other powerful kills, but she's really holding her own here in a team with a lot of options.
Rader goes long again. 2nd service error for Riley Rader. Not the strong point of her game. And those errors are keeping the Wildcats hanging around.
Exactly. Ohio State is gifting Northwestern chances to stay in this game. They just need to take advantage of it.
Rousseau. Right up the middle, as she typically does. Serves wide. And Davis puts it away. Erica Davis has not been much involved on the offense outside of early set situations, but she gets her 4th kill there.
Yeah, Davis, that's her 5th kill, I think.
Yeah, hard day, but still.
Overall, still solid work from her.
Only 9 swings for Davis so far. As Lisiak is rejected. Cats keep it alive, though. Trying to set the opposite. A little bit off for Hardwick. That's out of sync, out of sorts, and rejected. There's Erica Davis on the block.
You and I were thinking the exact same thing, Erica Davis. The team leader in blocks per set, 1.35. Ohio State starting to take control here in the second set, leading to a timeout.
The big block from Erica Davis leads to a needed timeout by Shane Davis. Look at her rise up the middle right there. Right now, Ohio State has Northwestern's number. Can the Wildcats have?
Yeah, and I've mentioned this before. She's gotten more diverse in where she set the ball. She hadn't gone to her easiest option. As just a nice kill by Lisiak. She's gone all around. She's gone in the middle, gone to each side. Northwestern doesn't know where it's going, and that's the reason her assist numbers have skyrocketed.
Perfect play set up there out of the timeout by head coach Shane Davis and company. So a big kill for the Cats and Lisiak. But now can Vondran and the Buckeyes respond as they have so often in these last couple sets. Overpass, and Vondran reached over the top to try to get it back. Point goes to Northwestern. Another mistake from the Buckeyes. Haven't had many of them. The Wildcats have been able to capitalize on most.
That they have, and then Chronister has just been a cog at the service line for Northwestern too. I mean, like coming over basically on the serve, so just a really good job by her.
Another tough one, and all you can do is serve them tough. Chronister does it again and puts it in. How about 4 aces for Charlotte Chronister?
I mean, that's got to be a season high for her. I don't have her full season. I can try to look them up here coming up, but Chronister just a wonderful, great serve that time.
Yeah, perfect to the back line. Ohio State shouldn't have let it go, but they did. And here she serves right at Gonzalez. Good set by Vondran. And a powerful near kill. Wow, the Wildcats kept it alive, but Miller just wide. What a point.
Charlotte Chronister is making I mean, there are a lot of Northwestern players who are making a run for play of the game for them. But Chronister might also be on the list for the combination of her 5 service aces and occasional just wonderful digs. The second or third time we called her name just for that.
4 aces, 6 digs for Chronister, and that's in pretty limited action. She's only been playing about half the points, if that. A miss hit from Hardwick. Her and Rousseau not on the same page, and the Buckeyes back up 3 now.
Yeah, Hardwick was looking for that high set. It was a lower set from Rousseau that time. Just, you see it right here, just a little below where she was intending to hit it. Those
are 2 sophomores. The Northwestern's going to be counting on them going forward. They need to get that connection figured out, but there is time. Nice dig by Vondran this time. Puts the Buckeyes out of system, though. And Miller able to respond. Rousseau right over the top for Gerbach. What placement from the senior.
Beautiful that time from Gerbach. And talking about replacing some of the talents leaving and just coming back and overall restraining and restructuring this team, Northwestern signed the 7th best class in the country in terms of volleyball recruiting earlier this week on early signing day. So there's a lot of talent coming in that should leave Shane Davis optimistic.
Block goes just wide. Gerbach and Dodson kicking themselves on that one as the Buckeyes steal a point. But yeah, with the amount of young talent already on this team, Andrew, and that recruiting class coming in, you have to be excited about the future here in Evanston.
So you definitely have your libero of the future in Ellie Stenson. She's done very well as a first year as a defensive specialist. Should fill in nicely for Megan Miller when she graduates.
And another option in Charlotte Chronister, who's young herself, only a sophomore. She's been great today, although there was a mistake there. Great serve by Murr to put her in a tough spot. And it turns into an ace. Kylie Murr, Ohio State's libero, goes at Chronister again. Nice save by Rousseau. Thomas Ilara can't put it away. Now it's the Buckeyes looking a bit out of sync on the offensive end, but they're gonna get another chance here. And there's that long push set again, and again it works for Ohio State and Gabby Gonzalez.
In that first set, every time that happened, Josie Vondran was gonna set behind her head to the near side for another kill with 2 blocks. Down to Vondran getting more comfortable, getting more diverse, and just Northwestern's blocking has been unable to cope with all the diverse options of this Ohio State attack.
Long bump set from Gerbach. Thomas Ilara couldn't do much with it, and now a missed dig attempt from Rousseau. And another kill for the Buckeyes. 16-10 now. Northwestern gonna have to figure it out in a hurry as that one comes right over our station on the announce table. Murr again, she's been on a run. This time Rousseau goes for Dodson. What an adjustment by Leilani Dodson.
Yeah, that was not the best set that time. I'm sure we'll get another look at it right here, but just adjusting the arm a little bit and flipping it down just in between the 2 blockers.
So athletic and such great knowledge of her body to be able to reach out for that one. Stinson now back to serve for Northwestern. Cats, 5-point deficit. Going after Murr on the serve. And they're able to dig it out on the other end. Thomas-Ilara had to reach back, but she still put it in. The touch from Temi Thomas-Ilara, so impressive.
Those honestly have been her better kills than the big swings. Obviously, she's known for her power, but she's been at her best when she's focused on placing the ball and avoiding the blockers rather than trying to smash it right into them.
Overpass, Dodson couldn't make him pay. And now a free ball across from Ohio State. Thomas-Ilara again, and again, just the feathery touch. Beautiful placement on the roll shot.
Once again, just a better location that time, the touch. If she tries to smash that ball, it's likely getting blocked by Raider.
15 kills now for Temi Thomas-Ilara. Lisiak has 10 for Northwestern. But Stinson tried that float serve right into the net.
And that's a first-year mistake that time from Stinson. You have to realize you're down 3 points in the set. You just got to serve it over. You can't get too creative on the serve. Just got to focus on getting it over the net, involving your offense in the point.
After that last point, Temi Thomas-Ilara picked up her 10th dig. She now has her 8th double-double of the season and her 4th in a row. Really making it happen on both ends right now for the Northwestern. Dodson, dug out by Grunsfelder. And a beautiful tip, and they do say it went down. Another kill up the middle for Riley Raider.
Raider pulling a box out of, or pulling a trick out of Temi Thomas-Ilara's hat with the little bumps, sort of floater kill that time.
For Ohio State now, 6 players with at least 5 kills. Raiders up to 7 for 3rd on the team. 13 each for Gonzalez and Londoc. Thomas-Ilara gets number 16. Wow, she's starting to really get things rolling late in set number 4.
Yeah, and she's needing to keep it rolling as Northwestern now down 4. As Amaya comes on to serve for. Interesting that it is Amaya. For the past few games, it was Bella Lesage, but now Amaya back into that role.
Amaya serving for the 3rd time tonight, or this afternoon, I should say. Gonzalez rejected, but the block again goes just wide. 3rd time we've seen that exact thing happen on this outside pin for the Wildcats against the Buckeyes, and Gonzalez earns her 14th kill.
And it will be travel days, interestingly, for both of these teams after this match. Northwestern going up to play Wisconsin and Madison. Ohio State going down to Champaign.
A tough weekend for Northwestern, as a missed pass that time for the Wildcats leads to an ace for Gonzalez. Another point for her. She has been dominant ever since a slow start in the first set. Gonzalez has really come into her own. No attack errors for her since that first set.
I feel like we can say that about the entire Ohio State team. They come into their own since that first set. It really looked like the Ohio State we expected coming into this game.
And how about that huge swing on 2 for Josie Vondren? She's excited. She's got her 4th kill of the contest to go along with 38 assists. What a coming out party for the senior in place of Pedraza.
And Vondren, in those 2 sets she played, did not get a kill once. Did have 3 attempts, so he did try to go over on 2, but nothing really successful.
Lisiak tools the block. She's got 11 kills now. Her and Thomas-Ilara have kept Northwestern at least a little connected.
I mean, they definitely are going to need to go on a run soon, but Lisiak, Gerbach, Dodson at times, Chronister have just kept them in this game.
Wildcats fighting to stay alive here. Vondren tried on 2. That time Lisiak had it red. And the Cats end up digging it out. Rousseau gets credit for it. Great save by Stinson. Lisiak reached well behind her head, couldn't put it down. Great dig by Dodson in the back row. Thomas-Ilara skies high, but a big dig for the newly entered Sydney Taylor. And then tooling the block is Moore. She can jump from way back there and still get that ball off with so much pace. 6th kill for Janaisa Moore.
Yeah, these kill numbers are kind of insane for Ohio State. I talked about in the open how well balanced they were. I didn't realize how well balanced. And you're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players with at least 5 kills.
And another ace now for the Buckeyes, starting to really get rolling. Just 2 points away from clinching this one. Ohio State has gotten stronger as the match has gone on, trying to take some momentum into tomorrow's matchup with Illinois. And right now they are doing just that. Again to serve is Raider after her first ace. Lisiak comes back the other way, dug out, and she's rejected.
Vondren getting pumped. The team loves it, and she has really shown out here in these last few sets.
Yeah, Vondren is really coming to her own. You can see how much confidence she's playing with right now as Ohio State looks to finish this one off right here.
What a job by the senior Josie Vondren, stepping in on short notice for Pedraza. She's done the job, and the Buckeyes just 1 point away. Free ball comes across from Northwestern. And Hardwick, and there's going to be a touch on the net by Vondren that time to give Northwestern the point.
Still 7 set points for Ohio State, actually 8 set points.
Yeah.
So
they're hoping they don't need to use all of them. Let's just say
exactly.
that as Rousseau goes back to serve. Can the Buckeyes run one more clean offensive play? Vondren goes for more, blocked back. And this time up the middle, dug out by the Cats. Lisiak goes long, and that'll do it. Ohio State, after dropping the first set, only their second all year against an unranked opponent, they come back strong down the stretch, 25-23, 25-19, 25-16, and the Buckeyes.